Hello everyone, so welcome back to Daily Web Coding. So in today's video, we are going to build React's calendar with tailwind CSS. So as you can see right here, so this is the demo. What's the demo look like? And the inspiration from this one is from the tailwind UI. So if you go into the tailwind UI on the section calendar, you will see a bunch of UI. And so this one right here that I am going to try to build this one from scratch using React and tailwind CSS. So we're going back to our demo. So as you can see, so this is what our current date is. Today is number 1. And so when you select this one, it will be reflected here as well. It is dynamic. So you can see you can change the month. It is going to December. And when we click forward, it's to January 2023. And you can go back and click on today. It will go back here. So, all right, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and let's start coding. Alright, so here I'm using VS Code, so you can use any ticket that you want. And so as you can see right here, so this is just a boilerplate from Create React Apps. And I have also adding the Tailwind CSS to our projects already as well. And if you want to do that as well, you can follow from this documentation. You can go through here. It's really well self-explanatory. You can just copy the command and run, and it will definitely work. And the other thing is to achieve for the date, we're going to use Day.js. I have installed it already. And another thing is we're going to use React icon for our icon. All right. So this is the stats of our project right here. And for the final code, we have it already as well. So you can go into here and then go to the finish branch. And if you want just for the code, you can definitely go here and check out. All right. So now we start a project. So as you can see, this is our localhost 3000. Right now display the hello world from React. So for that, I'm going to remove everything. We're going to use the command this one to generate the snippet for us. And first we're going to focus, the first one we are going to focus is on the functions that's going to generate the date for us. And then we're going to use it to create the UI. All right. So for that, I'm going to create the folder called utils. And then inside here, I'm going to create a function called calendar.js. And inside here, I'm going to create a function. We're going to do export this one as well. So we're going to do generate date. And then we're going to do something like this. So for the generate dates right here, we're going to pass months and years as a parameter. So for that, so we can generate for the user when they pass which month and which year we want to generate. So for default of this one, so we can have a default, we can use a Day.js, and then we can do .month. So when we're doing this one, the default value is going to be the current month, and same thing for Day.js.years. All right. So this is, we'll use the current month and the current year if the user is not passed to us. So the next thing is the first, we're gonna do first date of the month is gonna be equal to day.js dot years. So we need to pass the year that we are in, and also we can do dot month as well, and then we can pass the month, and then we can do dot stats of the month. All right, so this one is going to give us the first date of the month, and then we can do exactly the same thing, but this, instead of first, we're going to do last date of the month, and then we're going to do end of the month. So this one we can generate between the first date and the last date of the month. All right, cool. So the next thing is we're going to do is we can loops and then generate between this one. So for now, maybe what you can do is to actually show you what's the value of this one first before we proceed. So right now inside the app.js, I can just console.log, and then we're going to do the generate. Hopefully it's auto import for me. Nice. So I'm not going to pass any parameter because we're going to use the current date and month. So right now, if I go back in here and if I go to console.log, so you can see there's two array. So the first one is the first date. So as you can see, we have November 1, and this one is the last. It's November 13. 30. So this is the last date. So we need to create the loops, and then we can generate date of this one. So for that, it's going to be really simple. So first we need to create the array of date, as to store the value of it, store the date, and then we can loops between this one. So we're gonna do let I equal to the first date of the month, and then we're gonna do dot date, then I less than or equal to the last date of the month, dot date as well. So the dates right here, it's gonna give you the value 1 or 30. Yeah, so between 1 depend on the month, so the current date right here, and then we're gonna do I plus plus. All right, so and then we can do array of dates dot push this one. We're gonna do dot push, and then we're gonna do the first date right here. We're gonna start from the first date, and then we're gonna do the value of I. All right. So and then when we return from here, we can do return the array of date. And so right now, as you can see, we got 30, and which is this month right here, we have 30 day. That's why we generate this 30 right here. Very nice. So we start from number 1, and if you end with 30, as you can see right here. So that's work, and then we can use this one to generate the date and a month. But if you look exactly right here, we actually generate this, the prefix today and the last this one. So what is this? So as you can see right now, even though our current date is Tuesday, it's Tuesday today, and so if we do not generate this today, this two value right here is going to be blank, so we need to generate this 2, and then for the last one I'm going to generate this one. So why we generate this a lot of dates? So the inspirations come from the same thing, because from Google Calendar, if you check, it's going to have these 7 columns, start from Sunday to Saturday, and this 6 row right here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the total length of this one is going to be 42, and so I'm gonna go the same with the same design of this one as well. So for us, we have to generate the prefix day. So I'm gonna call this one as gonna be generate current date, and then we're gonna have to create the prefix date for this one as well. So we're gonna do create prefix and prefix. I cannot spell it. Prefix date. So how do we calculate the prefix date? So the prefix date is depend on the day. So usually the start of the day, it's be one of this day, right? Either it's one of this day. So the value of the number 1 is going to be between 0 to 6, because 0 is Sunday, 6 is Saturday. So then we have to loop between that. So for the prefix, we can start from let the I equal to 0, and then I less than the first date of the month dot day. All right, so then we can get the day right here, and then we're gonna do I plus plus. So right now, what we can get this one is we can push to this one as well. So we can push the value first date of the month, and then we're gonna do dot dates dot day, not dot date dot day, and then we're gonna do dot I. All right, so this one. So if right now, if you come back here, and if you see the value, it's becomes 32 because we add the extra this one. So it's 30, and then we got the 31. All right, so this is what it is. So right now, if you go more, so as you can see, this one, the number 1 is the first date of this December month, is this one. So we generate this 4 prefix right here. So this is what we do. All right, so the next thing is what we're gonna do is to generate the suffix. So yeah, we can do like generate the suffix of that. So to know what's remaining day that we need to calculate, so we need to calculate the total day of this one. So the total day of this total column days right here is 42. So we need to use so we need to do that. So we have the remaining day is equal to 42 minus the array of dates dot length. So whatever the date of length that we have, we need to calculate that, and then we need to create the suffix for it. So we're gonna do start from I, let I equal to the last date of the month, dot date, and then we're gonna do +1 because we want to start from that, not the current last date, and then I less than or equal last date of the month, dot date plus remaining. Okay, remaining that we have, and then we're gonna do I plus plus, and it's exactly the same thing. So we're gonna push this one, but for this one is we're gonna do as a last date, not a first date. Okay, so right now if we going back right here, we should be able to see, if I refresh this one, it's gonna be 40. Yep, it's 41. I think that's not right. So that should be 42. So that's why this one should be, we get the last one as well. So we need to do plus equal. So right now you can see the length of it is 42, and that's how we generate each of the day. So that's it, guys, for the function to generate this one. So later on, we're gonna use this one to generate our day. Okay. Very nice. So right now we generate already. Right now we can't go back and focus on writing the UI for this one. So the UI is going to be really simple. So right now I can just do class width of this one to 96, height of this one to 96 as well. So we don't want it to be, it's really big. The next things that I wanted to do is to call this function directly. So we can do generate date, and then we're going to do dot maps. And then, one more I forgot to add inside our function is we have to check if it's, if the value is the current month, because as you can see right here, from this right here, the value should be in the current month. So then we display it clearly. But if the value is not in our current month, we display it like this color. All right. So for that, we can, instead of adding the date as it is, we can use as an object, and then we can call this one a value as a date. And then the other thing is we wanted to current month is going to be false for this value, and similar things for this one as well. So we can add the date right here as an object, and then we can do the current month is going to be equal to false. For this one is the date is going to be here, and the current month is going to be true. And also the other thing is we wanted to calculate whether today, like this is for today, so then we can highlight this one. So you can see this number one right here, since this is today, it's going to highlight different. So we can calculate this one as well. So we can do, is it today? So to compare this one, I'm using the comparison version of string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first date right here, date index of I. So what I'm going to do here is I convert this one to the JavaScript date, and then we're going to do to date string, and then check if it's equal to our current day. It's going to be day.js. So if you do the day.js right here, it will get us the current dates and month, like the today, get the today date. We can do exactly the same thing, and then to date string as well. So if it's equal, it's going to be to today. So this is maybe not efficient enough, but I think, yeah, it's okay from now. So right now we have this value, so we can use it later on for our inside here. So right now what you can do is we can have the index right here. Oops, not here. So we can do something like this. And inside here you can destructure. This is gonna be, we're gonna have the index. And so right now I'm gonna return. So what I'm gonna return from this one is going to be the value. So for now, it's gonna put this one inside a div right here. Oops, div, and then div, and then the value is gonna be an h1. So what you can do is, like, you can destructure a date. Is it a current month or is it today? Okay, so we can display the dates by doing the dates.date right here. And right now, if you're going back, you will see start from 30 until 10. So which is quite a lot, this one. So we need to do some styling to this one as well. So for styling, it's going to be really simple. So what you got to do, you got to do crit, and then you're going to do crit call. So it's going to be crit calls 7th. There you go. So right now it's displayed nicely. Very nice. Cool. So the next things that we wanted to do is we want to have a date that display the day, not date, it's a day. So for that, I can do that as well. So we can do this one is gonna be days. So start is gonna be as for Saturday, Sunday. All right, so right now we have this day right here, so we're gonna do exactly the same thing. So right now I can create this one as a one div right here. So we can give the width and things to the parents, and then you can just do width to full. And then we can render the date is gonna be exactly the same thing. And day dot maps, and then we can have a day and our index right here. And then you can return the value of for this one. You can just do as an h1 for to display this one. Okay. All right, great. So and then you can add the day right here, and don't forget to have a key, which is going to be an index. So right here I have forgot the key, and then it's going to be equal to index as well. Okay, so right now we have this one, and so we need to do exactly the same things, and then which is gonna be like this. All right, great. So right now we have this one. So the next thing is that we wanted to do. We want to have the space, a little bit of space between this one. So for this, we can style to this one right here. So first of all, we can give a height for this one to 14. So it gives us a little bit of spacings, and can do the similar things to this one as well. So I'm gonna do the class name height to 14 as well. Very nice. And the next thing is we wanted to have the border. If you want to have like the separate, you can just do the border tops, and it's gonna give you this one right here. The next thing is we wanted to put everything inside the center of the things right here. So what we can do is we can display this one crits, and then we place content center. So right now, as you can see, everything is moved to the center. And same things for this one, crits, and then we're gonna do place content into center as well. Very nice. So we can style for this one a little bit. We're gonna do text SMs, this one to like SMs, and yep. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna do some a condition to check. Okay, if this is it like it's in current month, so then we display it's more better, and then else we're gonna do it a little bit clearer for this one. So for that, we're gonna create the first we can do the logical condition inside here, but for me I think that's really hard to manage, so I'm going to create one function to actually do it. So it's going to be cns.js. So I'm going to copy this one right here. So as you can see, this function is not originally written by me, so I'm watching the other people YouTube tutorial, and so this is a great I run into this function. It is really great, and I'm going to using it. And once again, this is I'm not written this one, so I'm gonna give the credit to the people who actually written this one. All right, so with these functions, what we can do is like we can do the conditional our class name a lot easier and cleaner. So for now, we can just do cn right here, and we can give the class name to this one. So we need to import this one. So for now, what you can do with the condition, we can check if it's a current month. If it's not in the current, if it's current month, you're not gonna do anything. If it's not, we're gonna do text this one to gray 400. And if you go back, so you can see this value right here is gonna go into 300. And I forgot to do this one to text to SM as well. Give it a little bit smaller. Okay. Now we need to check if it's today. So from this condition, you can do the comma, and then if it's today. So if it's today, so what we gonna do is to give a bg red to 600, And then, yep, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay, so right now, so as you can see, we do not have this one, so we need to give the value of height and width to our h1 as well. So you can do another comma, and then you can do height to 10, width this one to 10, and then we're gonna do another crit and then place content center. So there you go, and you have this one. I'm gonna do text to y as well, so when it's today, and we're gonna do rounded this one to full, so it's gonna do this hover right here. So very nice. So you can see we are in a good start right now. So the next thing is we wanted to do is to, when we hover on the things, we like feel like select. So when we hover, you can do the BG blacks. And so when we hover, and then we're gonna do text to white as well. And we can do a little bit transition dot all as well. So right now, if I hover on this one, so you can see, there you go. And then you can do just the cursor to pointer, so it make it look better. Okay, so there you go. It's looking really nice right now. So that's how you generate this one. So the next thing is we wanted to put it inside the middle of our screen, and so let's actually do it. So first I'm going to, we have wrap this one, so then we need to wrap in another div right here at the parent. So and then we can have another div right here, so to display our current schedule and no meeting right here. So for now I'm gonna use this one as let's see, so I'm gonna do an h1 to here, and then for this one we can use it as paragraphs, and you can cut from this one and put it right here as well. I think I messed something up. Okay, I do this one. Okay, great. So right now, not this one, so we have this one, so we need to do some flex to the parents. So let's do that. I'm gonna give the class names to flex. We have this one, so we want to put this thing inside the middle of the screen, so we can do the width 1/2, and then we're gonna do x auto to make it inside the center of the screen. We can't do the divide by x by 2, so you can see we have this little space between this one, so you can give a little bit of gaps as well. So you can do the gap 10, and then we can put inside, we can height to screen, and then we can do justify or item this one to center, right? Item center. Right, so right now, due to the height of this one is different, so that's why we have this one. So what we can do is we increase the height of this one to 96 as well. And you can do the width of this one to 96 as well. Great. So what I think we can do is give a little bit of space inside here. We can do the px5 to this one right here. Okay, great. So next thing is we gonna have this one. We're gonna have this things right here, so we be able to change the color, change the dates and things like that. So for now, the day right here, I'm gonna change this one to text gray 400 as well. Let's give us this color. Not the same color, but yeah. So we're gonna give this color right here. Let's actually do 500. I'm not sure about this color of this one. Okay, so we're gonna keep this that way. So the next thing is we're gonna create the place that we can be toggle between the current dates and month, right? So I'm gonna delete this one. So what we can do is we can get the current day. Current date is going to be equal day.js, so you can have this one, and then you can create the state for today date, and then we can set today and is equal to use state, and then we can pass the current date right here. All right, so to display this one is going to be really simple. So first we're going to have an h1, and then we can do for today, and then we're going to do dot month. and then so we can get the index of the month. So let's see of the months right here. So right now, as you can see, we get the value of 10, but we want this one as a text, not a number. So since not day.js is not include that for us, we have to write it on our own. So I went ahead and create that already. So I'm going to copy and paste all of my month right here. So you can see right here, this is the month start from January to December. So we have this one right here. So what you can do is you can import this one. So we can have month, which is import from our calendar function, and you can just do the index right here. All right. So right now, as you can see, we got November. Very nice. So we can, if you want to have a year as well, it's really simple. You can do another comma, and then you can just do the today dot year. All right. So wait, no, this is not the right way to do. You can do something like this, and then you can do the semicolons. Oh no, square bracket around this one. Wait, is it today? Yeah, I spell it wrong. I spell it that day. Okay, great. So right now we can have, you can see, we have this one. So the next thing is we're gonna have the button to toggle between the two. So for that, we can have this one right here, and we're gonna do so we're gonna use React icon. So I have installed it inside already. So we're gonna use this so we're gonna use this this one right here. So import from React icon, the gr right here. So to find that, you can go into the Gromont icon right here. You can find the icon. That's what we need. So for this icon, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do gr previous from previous, and then we're gonna do another gr from next, and also inside here we're gonna have, like, you know, as a button, I'm gonna use an h1 right here. It's gonna be today. Okay, so if we go in back, and we can see we have these things right here. So what we're gonna do is to make this one a side by side. We can do flex, and then we can do this one item to center. Yep. So right now we need to give a gap. This one, I'm gonna give the gap this one a 5, and then I can increase the height of this one a little bit. So width to 5, height to 5 as well. And there you go. So right now we have these things, and both of this one we need to do the cursor is gonna be pointer. So I'm gonna copy this one. Now we're gonna do cursor pointer and cursor pointer. There you go. So, and then we need to do it side by side with this one as well. So we need to do class flag justify, and we're gonna do between. There you go. So right now we have the things, and I want to make this one the font to semi-bold. Great. So next is we need, when we're about to click here, we want to change the date. So to do that, it's gonna be fairly easily. So it's going to do on click. So I'm gonna add the function right here, so you can create a separate function as well. So set today. So we're gonna change the months, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do today dot month, and then we're gonna do the, since we got the index of this one, we're gonna do another today that's months again, and then we're gonna do -1. So we minus from the current month, so we're gonna get the previous month. So right now, if I click on this one, so you can see we go into October, but right now we do not generate the dates right here. All right. So to reflect on that, so we need to go down here. We pass the value here. So we got today, and then we're gonna do dot month, and then we're gonna do today dot years to this one right here. So right now, right now we do not this one back. That's why we do not, since we in October, there's no current day on this calendar. So similar things for the go next is the same thing. You can just click on right here. Instead of -1, you can do just +1. And right now we have these things. So you can see it's go forward to January here. If you click backward, it's go here. Great. So the next thing is for today, it's gonna be another easy, because we set today equal, you can do like we can have this function right here. So for today, it's going to be equal the current date. So if we go back to the 2003, and then we can click, and then it's going back right here. Really nice. So the next thing is we're going to reflex and change the value inside here. So for this one is going to be really simple. So instead of hard code this value, so we can do today. We can do converted to date, and then we can just do date string right here. Okay, so I am going to style this one a little bit. So we're gonna do text semibold. Oh no, it's gonna be fonts semibold. Okay, so right now if I click on select the date right here, so we do not have the functionality for this one yet. So we need to create the function that's gonna be select date. I think this value that I set is gonna be wrong as well. So anyway, so I think this is I display wrong, but so we're gonna fix that real soon. So we need to create a state for the user to actually keep track of that. So we're gonna do select date set select state. Make sure this is uppercase, and then we can do use state for this one. So for the select state, we can use the current date as well. It's fine. And then instead of today date, we can get the select state this one, and then we're gonna need this function to calculate to change the value. All right. So for now, whenever we click on this one, so when you click on this one right here, the functions is we're gonna call this set select state, and so the value of this one is gonna be the date that we have. So if we click right here, so as you can see, it's changed to 21s and 26 and right here. But right now we do not keep track of the value that we click, so we need to highlight that the date that we select, even though if we move our cursor. Okay, so that we're gonna do a little bit of logical condition. So the same thing is gonna be applied to here as well. So I'm gonna do the select state. If the select state of to date and then two date strings equal to our date dot to date strings. If that's so, and then we're gonna do this. So if that's, we're gonna do bg blacks and then text to white. We're gonna do something like this. Okay, great. Right now, if we're going back, so if I click on right here, wait a minute. So why it's not working? I think I forgot to do this one. Very nice, very bad. Okay, great. All right, so right now, that's pretty much it for this one. So right now we can be able to select the date, and then we can do this one. We can click on today, and that's it. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you learn, and you can go ahead to my repository and copy the code and use it on your own. And so thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace.